is the woman found dumped in the woods. No tattoos, birthmarks, scars, jewelry, clothing, not even fingerprints or teeth were left behind. Her dismembered body was discovered here on Baltimore Avenue in North Fairmount last Sunday. Without any clues, this case is especially challenging for police.
I don't know anything about this case. I'm not personally involved in the case. But I think people would be surprised to learn that it's not as infrequent as you might think.
While her expertise is not in psychology, Dr. Beth Murray says in her experience dealing with cases like this, bodies are dismembered often for two reasons.
Usually, in my experience, it's done in an attempt to thwart identification. In many of my cases over the years of dismemberment, it's really been more about transporting the body in a duffel bag or a backpack, something like that, to a place where then they can discard the remains.
She could not be identified with the remains.
Last week, the coroner said they were also working to figure out what kind of cutting instrument was used in the crime. Dr. Murray says that may not be so difficult to answer.
In many cases, it's easy to tell whether it was from a power tool versus a hand tool. These are gruesome things to think about, but in my experience, it's been from the desperation of somebody who's trying to get rid of this body.
Dr. Murray says through decades of casework, dismembered bodies are often dumped in wooded areas or lakes. She says the location could be telling.
I think the desperation would lead somebody to put this in a location that's far away from where the killing took place, and then somewhere that they would not personally be associated with.
So we know the woman likely died just a couple days before her body was found last Sunday. The coroner says they do know the cause of death, but they're keeping that confidential for now. I did ask Cincinnati police if any solid tips have come in, but they tell us there is no update. Now, since last week, rumors have started swirling on social media about other bodies found and connections to this case. Cincinnati police and even the Claremont County Sheriff's Office says they've gotten those reports and there is no truth to any of them. Paula?
All right, that's good to know. Thanks, Marilla. We want to help police figure out who this woman is, so we are sharing her description again. The coroner says she is black, was likely 5 feet tall, between 120 to 125 pounds, in her late 20s or early 30s, and it's possible she could have had a child. Anyone with tips or concerns about someone missing that fits this description should call Crime Stoppers. That number 513-352-3040.
You can always find our stories here on YouTube, but go ahead and tap subscribe. That way you're always in the know.